proud to be an Australian, but unfortunately I feel a lot of shame around being an Australian ostomate.
I had only ever heard of colostomy bags and stomas, probably from bad jokes. He smelt as bad as my grandma's colostomy bag is a punchline.
How am I going to live my life with this thing on me? Who's ever going to love me? Who's ever going to be attracted to me? I really feel like my career's suffering because of my stoma and because of workplace bullying.
The Australian spirit is to not leave people behind, lift another Aussie mate up when he falls. And at the moment, we've got 50,000 ostomates that have either been left behind or have fallen, and we're not picking them up.
A stomal appliance is something that is with someone for the rest of their life, but there are no alternatives. People with stomas really rely on what is available in the market currently, and if there are products out there that have better filters, that stick better, that don't damage the skin, that are able to accommodate people's different lifestyles, I think we really should have a plurality and a diversity of product availability in Australia.
In 2018, December, I was diagnosed as a stage 4 bowel cancer patient. 4 major operations in 2019. I woke up in intensive care 4 times. We had to get rid of 80% of my rectum. That was the first thing they did, and that's when they put a colostomy bag on my stomach.
I sustained a spinal cord injury in 2015. So I'm an incomplete quadriplegic. So the injury was in my neck due to a bone spur, which compressed my spinal cord. People see the wheelchair and they're really concerned about, what is it like to not be able to walk? And all I want to be able to do is be able to go to the toilet properly. And I can't, and I never will be able to.
It all started when I was 12 years old. I had ulcerative colitis, which is an irritable bowel disease. I think when you present in public normally, people might not have the indication that, yes, you are missing most of your digestive system and have an appliance attached to your body.
With the 50,000 ostomates within Australia, I think 10 million plus people would be affected by knowing someone, hearing something.
I've had a stoma for just over a year and a half now, and that was because of Crohn's disease. Right now I have a bit of skin excoriation because, sometimes your output gets underneath seals and burns through that first layer of your skin.
The spinal cord injury out of, on a scale of 1 to 10 it's a 10. It's up there with some of the other worst injuries. With the stoma, it's probably sitting around about a 7 or an 8.
When she's upset and sick, it's a bit hurtful to see her like that.
My whole life revolved around what was happening under my shirt. Didn't sit on my stomach like I imagined it would. Quite often I would roll over in bed and it would fall off. And of course you can imagine the mess that would lead.
Going to the toilet in my sleep is probably one of my biggest fears because I've rolled over in my sleep when the bag has been filling up. It followed the least path of resistance. I know there's better products that would have prevented that from happening in the sense that, I know there's early warning devices of which we don't have access to in Australia. That could have saved me waking my wife up, who also has to go to work, and, interrupt her sleep to change the bed sheets when I could have just gotten up and dealt with it.
I had an experience at work a couple of months ago where my bag ripped and I had to go home from work because I had output everywhere. I've had managers who have been very difficult to cope with. They've bullied me, said that it doesn't look good. The fact that you're at home doesn't look good. The fact that you had to run out of work doesn't look good. Nobody wants to feel like they're less than human. And, those things really do affect you.
When that bag is on your stomach, you don't feel human. It's not normal. It really hurts you emotionally, not being normal. Some of these people are going to wear it for the rest of their life. I had 2 months worth, and I refer to those 2 months as the worst 2 months of my entire life. It wasn't because of the chemo, and it wasn't because of the radiation. It was getting over not being human.
I feel like there's such a stigma around being an ostomate, and I just want to be a regular Australian and have fun and not have this stigma tied to having a bag on my belly. And if I had better access, we all had better access to products within Australia, that would allow us to do that.
I've had the same product for 17 years now, and it hasn't really changed at all. My first question is why? Why don't we have the same products that they do in the UK, in the United States of America, in Canada? What makes us so different from these other countries?
The support needs to happen, and the awareness has to happen, better products need to happen, and the government needs to start talking about this. They need to make change.
We all love her a lot, and we don't want her to go through so much pain.
I deserve to live a better life. I deserve all of the things that I want in my life. And I can only do that if I have better products, more innovative products, things that I need, which is only just that little bit more to live a better life.